Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So if you had seen last week's video where I made the Esther bunny cake pop squishy, you would know that I wanted to bring another design to you, and this is the design I was thinking about. It's actually just like a cookie dough-esque inspired cake pop squishy. I know it's a bit random, but I just had this design in my head and I had to make it. So this is how it turned out. Absolutely love it. Before I get started, I just want to say I hope you're staying home, staying safe, staying inside as much as possible, staying healthy as much as possible. And yeah, I'm just going to get straight on into how I made this little cake pop cookie dough squishy.
So if you've seen any of my cake pop squishies before, you will know that when I make these, I use these little magic balls which I got off of eBay. They're from like magic tricks and stuff. You can just type in like red foam magic ball and you will end up getting these ones up in the search, and these are just the ones that I bought. I seem to have a whole shoebox of them for when I make cake pop squishies. So what I do is I cut a hole using my scissors, and then using a fabritac fabric glue, I just glue in a actual cake pop like kind of stick, which I actually found a long time ago in the baking section in Sainsbury's, I think it was. Like they're actually just in there for normal cake pops. So once I have the ball fully secured, I then paint the squishy in multiple layers of like a puffy paint fabric paint mixture. I usually do white to begin with. As you'd seen here, I would have done 3 coats and I left it dry in between each coat, and then for the last 2 coats I usually use the colour. So in this case I painted it beige, letting it dry in between each coat again. On the second coat, whilst it was still wet, I went in with a tulip slick fabric paint and just painted on these little kind of dollops, which was supposed to be chocolate chips. I wanted this piece to look like it was like a cookie dough kind of cake pop thingy going on, but like an actual cake pop that looks like cookie dough, if that makes sense. So once I had done all that, I thought that the kind of design of it looked a little bit plain, so I thought, I know, I'll cut a bite mark into it, which is something I like to do on some of my other cake pop squishies. I ended up cutting it a little bit small, filling it in a little bit, didn't like it, so I ended up cutting it a little bit bigger, and I just used some of the paint that I used the day before to colour the outsides, as this had dried up a little bit and it was really thick, so I actually only needed 1 layer in total for there. To colour that in, I wanted it to look like chocolatey, so I just used the same tulip slick paint on that hole, just kind of around about a couple millimetres in from the edge of the bite mark. I then used some black puffy paint and just painted on some eyes and then a little open mouth in between, and then I used white puffy paint to act as highlight on the eyes, using a dotting tool to put that in place. To make the mouth, I just used the dotting tool again, and with a light pink puffy paint I just popped 2 dots on it and kind of swirled it around so that it just filled in the bottom of the mouth to look like a tongue. I then added the same pink colour to make the blush. Once all the paint had dried, I moved on and made the packaging. So I took a Ziploc bag, just cut the bottom off, stuck the squishy inside. I then tied that off using some satin ribbon, cut the ends of that off, and then just sealed it with a lighter to make sure that the ribbon wouldn't fray and go horrible.
So this is how the squishy now looks all completed. I absolutely love the packaging on these. I always do this packaging with a clear kind of bag over the top and then like a bowed ribbon on it. I think it just makes it look so cute, and it also helps out with the slow risiness of the squishy as well. So giving it a squish, it's nice and soft. The bag definitely helps it to be a little bit more slow rising, but these are really like satisfying because they are so soft. Look at that. Ooh. Now I got a little bit bored of the overall design, which is why I cut out a little kind of bite mark there, and then I coloured it in with the brown slick paint just to make it look like there was like a chocolate layer inside of the cake pop, because obviously this isn't meant to be a cookie, it's meant to be a cake pop that looks like a cookie. That probably makes 0 sense, but yeah, I didn't want it to look like a cookie, so I decided to take the kind of bite out of it and make it look like it had chocolate cake inside, and then this is just like an icing design, you know, kind of like when you get the cake to look like a pizza or like a cookie. This is what that was supposed to be. It probably doesn't translate well, also kind of looks like a little giraffe print, but hey, I really like it. If you do end up making something similar to this, be sure to tag me on Instagram, as I would love to see. I am reposting everyone on my stories. So yeah, I hope you'll have a fantastic day. Have enjoyed today's video. If you do, please do give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Bye.